So I've taken my makeup off, I've put my silly little fluffy headband on, I've tried to tuck my hair in so I don't look like a pea head, and I am ready to go. Again, Aldi. So Aldi, I'm impressed with you. I'm impressed. Hi ladies and welcome back to my channel. So obviously we're a day into lockdown, and how's everybody coping? Do you know what, it makes no difference to me, lockdown, because I spend my entire days anyway talking to you guys into the camera, or I'm editing. So yeah, lockdown for me, it doesn't hugely bother my daily routine. So I'm going to be cracking on with another regular review video today, and so it's going to be a makeup video, and I'm going to be doing a nice autumnal look using only cruelty-free products and using only cruelty-free or synthetic brushes. So I'll be talking to you about the products as I go through them. Now, when I was doing my makeup this morning and then started filming, I thought, why didn't I just film this makeup look? Because everything I've got on my face right now is cruelty-free. So I will quickly go through what I've used, because I'm not too sure if you can see what I've got this gorgeous eyeshadow on. It's actually a rollerball. Let me just see if I can find anyone. Here we go. So it's by a company called Kaleido, and it goes on so nicely. I don't know if you can see, and I put it also underneath my eyes. It gives it a real kind of coppery pop. So that's what I used on my eyes. On my base, I used a foundation by It Cosmetics. Again, a brand which is cruelty-free. An extremely good brand actually, and highly hyped at the moment. They do CC creams, BB creams, foundations. The reason I found this is because I actually wanted to find a foundation that wasn't a foundation, because I haven't got bad skin. I just wanted a little bit of coverage, and I researched, and It Cosmetics popped up. I absolutely love this, and it's just clarified how much I like it when I put it on. It's just very flawless, very natural. I hugely rate that, and it's 50 SPF, so not that we're gonna get any sun for a few months, but it's always good to have in your cupboard, isn't it, an SPF? But yeah, It Cosmetics, super hyped at the moment. And the gloss that I've got on my lips is actually by a company called Pierre. So you wouldn't actually think, it sounds French, so not too sure what their French policies are on animal testing. I would have assumed that they were not cruelty-free, but they are actually on the PETA list of cruelty-free products. So I was really chuffed with that, because I actually got gifted a few of these when I was working for Pierre. At London Fashion Week many years ago, and yeah, so I'm chuffed that I can actually use this guilt-free, and as you can see, it's just got a real shine to it. If I just show you, it's called Holographic, so it's kind of like, it's got a goldy kind of sheen to it. It's really pretty, so if you can get hold of one of those, they're amazing. So on to today's video. So what I want to do is I want to take you through a complete makeup look from bare face to glam face, and I'm going to be talking to you all about the products that I go through, the makeup brushes that I use, and the brands that are cruelty-free. I will also list as well in the description box all of Peter's most recently added cruelty-free brands, cosmetic brands. Let's crack on. I'm going to go away, I'm going to take my makeup off, and then we will start from primer and go all the way through to lips. So I hope you enjoy my video. And oh, one other thing I must mention before we get on with this video, I am doing a monthly competition, so all you need to do is subscribe, which is the little red button down the bottom, just below here, and also go over to my Instagram account, which is All the Ladies YouTube. If you follow me there, I get alerted. So once I'm alerted, I can pop that into the monthly spin and hopefully win you a little freebie, which I'll send to you personally. So it's worth doing, because freebies are great. People say there's no such thing as a free lunch. Well, there is at All the Ladies. So keep watching, keep tuning in, and I'll see you at the end. Right, I am completely naked, facially very naked, so I've got nothing on my skin at all. I'm just about to put some moisturising cream on. So I have cleansed with Aldi's Lacura branded micellar water, which is brilliant. It's just as good as the rest, and it's just so much cheaper. It's £1.99, I think. So grab yourself one of those when you're down there buying your shopping. And then I'm just going to pop some moisturising cream on now. This little chap is from Marks and Spencer's. It's called Pure and it's vegan, and it has an SPF 15 in it. So I just love a rich moisturiser. I don't have dry skin, but I just love moisturisation. I think I was a plant in my previous life. That's possibly very true. Right, so my face is nicely moisturised. I have put Vaseline on my lips. I have done my very, very best to give you the most natural light that I could find in my house. Again, I have this normal background, but I've shifted it round to a side window so you can see as much of the skin as you possibly can. Right? So we're gonna keep it nice and warm. We're gonna keep it nice and bright, hopefully, potentially a little bit of shimmer, a little bit of glitter. There will be no false lashes in the making of this makeover. Oh my God, I just can't do it. And also, who has time to stick lashes on every freaking day and every freaking night? I sure don't. So yeah, so this is gonna be a nice, quick makeover using some punchy colors, using products that are all cruelty-free. Every single product I am using today are 100% cruelty-free, and in many cases cruelty-free and vegan. So if you don't know the difference between vegan and cruelty-free, vegan means that it's a product that has no animal derivatives in the ingredients. Cruelty-free is to do with the testing. So obviously it is a product that has gone through laboratory testing on animals in order to get it passed and to be sold in shops. Obviously, in the UK, we do not test on animals, but unfortunately, there are some greedy companies that still want to sell to China. And China's policy, and I don't see it changing anytime soon, is that any products that come into the country to be sold in their shops have to go through a rigorous animal testing process, which is very, very cruel and completely unnecessary. So, and that is the world of animal testing. But we are going in the right direction, and there is so much change going on at the moment. People want cruelty-free products. People want vegan products. It's being talked about, and that is the most important thing, because if we talk about it, people become aware of it. It's just not morally right. Anyway, that is another very, very complicated subject, but hopefully if you girls are watching and you're not a cruelty-free buyer already, this is the time to change. So let's crack on with this, because honestly, I could talk for England about this subject. Right, so obviously my face is nicely moisturised. I do look a little bit like Hail Mary, Hail Mary. Anyway, right, okay, so we are going to start off with our primer. So obviously every makeup will start off with a primer. If you don't use a primer already, it's not a crime, but they do help to keep your foundation in place, and also they have really complicated the primer market recently, because you can get illuminating, plumping, anti-aging, glittery, shimmery. I mean, you just want a primer, really. To be fair, this is called an illuminating primer, and this is by Lacura. Again, Aldi. So Aldi, I'm impressed with you. I'm impressed. So I just pop up a little bit on my finger. It's slightly shimmery, but I don't know whether a primer actually does what it says on the tin, but I like to do it because if it does, it works. And if it doesn't, you don't know that it doesn't. Do you know what I mean? It kind of makes sense in that respect. Right, so I've popped my primer on. Yes, it is very, very sheeny and very illuminating. That's really nice. I actually look a little bit like I've just come out of a facial. Aldi are very, very good for their cruelty-free products. And I will say as well, their household products are also cruelty-free. Right, so today the foundation I'm going to use is my good old faithful Nip and Fab. And if you haven't tried any of their foundations to date, well, for me personally, it is perfect. It's not too heavy, it's not light and runny, it stays, it's long lasting. I mean, it doesn't actually have a name to it. It literally is just Nip Fab foundation, and I get it in the shade 20. This is cruelty free. All Nip Fab products are cruelty free, and they do not sell to mainland China, which is obviously where the main issue started. Right, so I'm just gonna pump about, I reckon that should do for a face. And I'm going to be using my Blank Canvas Cosmetics brush. Again, this is cruelty-free. Now, I love a big fat, gotta be careful what I say. I love a big fat foundation brush. And a nice dense one at that. And this is exactly what this brush gives me. I think that this actually was a body brush. I think it was a body kind of tanning buffing brush of some kind, but it works amazingly for my foundation. But yeah, so here we go. I'm gonna go in with my foundation. As you can tell, a really, really good color match. Probably may need actually some more than 2 pumps. So I always take my foundation up to my eyes. I know some girls don't, but I do. Any extra coverage up there is good, I always think. And I always do my lids. So I'm gonna go in again with about the same amount of product for the other side. I always bring it down to the neck. I always bring it down to the neck because I never forget under your nose. That is, oh my gosh, honestly, I think for years I forgot the under part of my nose. God knows how, it's big enough. But yeah, then just bring it down the neck. I'm just gonna have a look in my little mirror because it's very difficult to tell. Ah, perfect. God, you know what? Every time I use this foundation, I think it is damn good. Such good coverage that, and very, very illuminated. Now, you may want to set that because it may be a bit too sheeny. I think for the purpose of this, I will actually, because I have W7 set it up. So what I'll do is I'll use that and I'll just set my face now so it's not too sheeny. So I kind of push the powder in. Instead of wiping it over my face, I push it in because you've just applied a nice even layer of foundation, taken the time to do it evenly, and then you go in and start moving it about. Now, I probably shouldn't be using the same brush, but I am, and I normally just tip off the excess powder, give it a quick shake. So, this obviously is by a company called W7. If you haven't heard of it, you can pick it up at the range. B&M, potentially Poundland, although I don't know, they have their own makeup range. But yes, the lower end of the market shops. And I did a review a few weeks back, full face of W7, and I was really, really impressed with some of the products. So I'm using my favourite W7 products today in these makeovers. But again, they are a cruelty-free brand. And they are affordable as well. There we go. That's a nice even base. It did need a little bit of setting powder, 2 layers of moisturiser, illuminating primer, and then obviously this super hydrating foundation from FAB. Right, so base is done. Now we're gonna go in with a little bit of concealer. I don't think I really need a huge amount of concealer, but for the purpose again of this video, I'm going to be using e.l.f.'s Camo. I think it's a 16-hour Camo Concealer. So all I'm going to do is literally put a couple of dots just to hide any of the slightly darker parts underneath the eye. So I always look down because that is the way you are going to be able to see where the darkness is. So I just do 3 small dots. This stuff is incredible. This is the more hardcore concealer if you do suffer from dark circles under your eyes. It's a brilliant, brilliant product and really affordable and cruelty-free. So this is by Olivia Hale. Now, Olivia Hale, oh God, was it Home Bargains? It's their very own cosmetics range, and they do brushes, and it's called the 99p range, so everything is 99p as far as I'm aware, and as I remember, everything is 99p. So this brush was 99p. I use it for my under eyes, and again, it's all cruelty free. Olivia Hale, Home Bargains. I will link it all down below, so don't worry if you're not getting this down. So this is what I do. I literally pat it in. Doesn't need to go too far around, and I make sure I get inside where the corner of the eyes are, just tap it, tap it, tap it. Don't brush, brush, brush. Just tap it in and let your skin naturally absorb it. And eventually it will sink in. I heard oh my God, I heard a terrible story about some woman who was having issues with her. No, she had eye bags. She had really, really bad eye bags, and she went to go in to have eye bag removal surgery. And when they opened up her eye bags, it was full of concealer and anti-aging cream. So over years and years and years of building up all of this cream under her eyes, she ended up going and literally having it all kind of like sucked out. Isn't that disgusting? Right, so as you can see, very, very good concealer. I've patted it all in now. Now, what some people might want to do now is set it, so I will do that for the purpose of this video, and again, I will be using the setting powder. Right, under eyes done. Bosh. So now moving on to a little bit of bronzer. For this makeover, I am using e.l.f. bronzer. It's a quad, actually. Now, this was in my e.l.f. makeup review and I didn't rate it, so I'm gonna give it another chance. Do you know why this is the reason I'm giving it another chance, because I didn't use it properly. Hold my hands up to that, and I'm sure you probably did notice that I didn't use it properly either. So it comes in a very similar packaging to NARS. NARS do still test on animals, just so you know. So actually, you're getting the NARS packaging, but it's all cruelty-free products. So it comes as a quad like this. Now what I did was I just used this colour, but apparently you're supposed to swirl your brush in all four. So that's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna see if it is better than it was the first time. And I'll be using my Real Techniques brush. Again, Real Techniques are cruelty-free also. And I'm just gonna be going around. Very subtle, but as I expected, it isn't a heavy product. The whole point of the quad is that you get a little bit of the highlighter and the bronzer. These two, I don't know, it's just more dulling, but I said I'd give it another go, and I'm giving it another go. I always go backwards and forwards. I don't just go up, 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 and I tell you why. As you get older and your skin becomes looser, when you start using a brush, I mean, luckily this is quite soft, but if you do own quite a firm blusher brush or bronzer brush, you'll notice that you will get these very, very faint lines where as you've pushed the skin, your skin kind of crunches together and it creates almost like this ripple effect. I got it once and I was like, oh, are you serious? I'm not old, you know, that my skin's wrinkling, but that's just a natural process of your skin losing elastin, and your skin will naturally loosen up. It's just the way of the world, girls. It's the way of the world. Right. Now, personally, that's not enough bronzer for me. So I'm gonna go in. I'm just gonna have to go in with a little bit of that Honolulu. I'm sorry, but I can't have a makeup look that hasn't got a half decent bronzer.
Motion detected at the front door.
Well, there isn't anyone there, so it's either another ghost, Alexa, or you're playing with my soul. Right, so Honolulu, this is from W7 collection again, and it is the absolute dupe of, now get this right, Hula by Benefit. Benefit do still test on animals. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they do still test on animals, Benefit, which is why I haven't gone back to that brand. So let's give it a crack. I think it's £2.99 compared to 15 quid or something for the Hula. It's a no-brainer. Look at that. Now, I don't know if I can pop just here what the Hula looks like, but this is pretty similar and pretty similar packaging. So yeah, I love this one. So I'm gonna give this a little bit of zhuzh on my cheeks. Yeah, that's much better. I'm pretty chuffed with that. Right, the light's failing and I don't know why, because it's literally 1:15 in the afternoon. I've got no idea why the light's failing. Is it because winter's coming? So I'm sorry if you're losing a bit of light on my face, but I will get through this as quickly as I possibly can. Right, I am going to be using a lipstick as my blusher today, and it's by the company Sleek, because I did want to mention Sleek. Sleek is, I used to think it used to be tested on animals, but it's actually not. I fully researched it and they do not sell to mainland China either. So check this bad boy out. It's just an incredible, incredible colour. In fact, it's more corally in real life than it is in the camera. And also, well, my nails are coral, so it's the same colour as that, but in real life. So this is called Papaya Punch. Now, with regards to cheeks, honestly, I don't think too much about it. I only ever use it on the apples of my cheeks. I will be using a blank canvas brush, which again is cruelty-free, and I just push it in. I love a pink cheek. Pink, peachy, I just love blusher. Give me blusher any day, baby. So moving on now to eyebrows. I've used this product again in my W7 review, and I've continued to use it ever since. It is really, really good. So firstly, I comb through my eyebrows. And again, W7, it's called Bow to the Brow. And it comes out and it is literally like a powdered little brush. It's not really a brush, it's more of a dispenser. So what I do is I literally just fill in my brows. Literally you can pull it along at, like I'll show you on here, it bends like that, and that's when you can actually have more control over the brow shape. So as a product, it is very, very good, and I believe again that was only a couple of pounds. So I would highly recommend it. Eyebrows are not twins, they're sisters or brothers, whichever way you want to look at it. Right, so moving on, I'm just going to start on the eyes now, and I'm going to inject some warmth, some sparkle, and it's bloody autumn, isn't it? Did anyone go to a fireworks display at all this week? I did, and it completely me up. I'm not a massive fan of fireworks, and I think the main reason is because I spend the whole time worrying about people's pets and blimmin' farm animals. So I end up going, oh, it's wonderful, but oh my God, how many animals have just had a heart attack in the making of this? So yeah, I'm not a massive fan. Anyway, right, so the palette I'm going to be using is a palette I have had for donkeys. It's by MUA Makeup Artist Academy, or Makeup Academy Professional, but what a lovely palette is that. I'm actually quite intrigued to try this bad boy, and I'll probably use crease colours as that, and a base will be that one. So what I will say is don't be scared to use your fingers. These are like the original tools. Right, so I'm using my middle finger and I'm going to be going in for my base colour. It's always really important to have a very, very neutral base colour, so that any other colour you put on top of it is going to blend well and stand out. So it's almost not noticeable at all. Right, now I've got my base on, I am going to be going in with this slightly shimmery colour. It doesn't actually have a name, but it is a pearl eyeshadow, so I'm going to go in with my index finger. It is important, if you are going to be using colours per se, that you do have a base colour, and the base colour will be a very, very neutral base. And how many times have I just said base? Base, 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 base. Right, so now we're going to go with a pop of colour. I'm also going to be using a little bit from this palette, which is the Socialite palette, W7.
Motion detected at the front door.
But there is no motion. There's nobody there. Alexa. Honestly, the amount of editing that's going to have to go into this video is ridiculous, unless I just leave it in, whatever. She's a nutter, an absolute nutter. Right, now I want to talk to you about Poundland's brushes. Cruelty-free, I picked up a couple the other day. This has a double a double end, so this will be my blending and my crease brush, and this will possibly be my liner brush, and again this will be a crease brush. So I'm going to go in the crease with a warm pale colour, and then we'll slowly build it up until we have a more of a deeper contrast between the lid and the crease. I hope this makes sense to you. So we're at the point now where we've got the warmth there. I'm going to inject a little bit of glitter. Now, because we're kind of going reddy coppery here, I'm thinking I might use a little bit of the, let's just have a look, this is quite dry. Right, Old Money, we're going to have a little go at that. I don't know if you can see, but that is where that's what we're looking at the moment. So we've added some colour, some glitter, some depth. Now what I'm going to go in with now is a little bit of liner underneath to bring the colour down. Then we're going to pop it out with some mascara and then potentially add a little bit of glitter inside the eyes. So I'm going to use the end of this Poundland brush. And I'm going to pop it into a bit of Nouveau Riche because it goes with the colour that we are achieving here. Right, we are pretty much nearly there with the eyes. The only thing I'm going to do is just give it a little bit of a touch up around the areas where it's kind of gone a little bit too high. This is just something that I do anyway, just to clean it up. Excellent. Right, so now we're going to go in with mascara. Now, this is my all-time favourite mascara. It's by W7 and I absolutely love it. This is my favourite, so I did have to incorporate this into my makeover. But yeah, this is, and it looks a bit dirty, but that's just because I use it all the time. I just love the plastic brush, and it's super jet black and it really coats the lashes. So yeah, my favourite mascara by far. Now, when you put mascara on, it is always best to gently go left to right so that you're coating not just the hairs that you're initially touching, but you're moving to the hairs either side, if you see what I mean. Which makes sense when you think about it, but that's what I was taught. So that's what I do. Right, so I've done my mascara, I've done the bottom lashes, it always makes a big difference, and obviously I've done my top lashes. But now I'm going to go in with some black eyeliner. Now, I was going to use a black eyeliner that I actually love, which I think I picked up in Cyprus or Greece 4 or 5 years ago, and it's still running. I used to use this every day. Found out now that it's actually still tested on animals because they do sell these in China. So, bye! Instead, I found that I do own more than one black eyeliner, and that is with Pixi by Petra. Now, I believe I got this in my Glossy box, or my Birch box, or my Look Fantastic box, I can't remember. And yeah, and found this one, and I actually do remember using it and thinking it was really, really good. So this is the one I'm going to be using. I'm just going to put it inside my burger. Oh my God. Do you know, if you haven't heard, but let me just rephrase that. So your burger, which is how when I did my training, this is how it's explained. It's the bit that, the fleshy bit, the line in here, that is the burger. So that's what I'm talking about before I get any funny comments. Right, there you go. So that makes a big difference for me. I love the look when you've got a nice black line in there. As long as you've got some colour and you've got your mascara on, I think eyeliner can actually really help to pop your eyes. So I would highly recommend that eyeliner as well. It comes off super easy, and we'll see how long it sticks around. But yeah, I'm happy with that. So right, on to lips. Now, using a lip liner by Huda Beauty. Again, Huda Beauty do not test on animals, and oh my gosh, they are massive at the moment. The range of foundations in Huda is off the scale. So if you're looking for a new foundation, cruelty-free foundation, check out Huda Beauty. Right, so this is my lip liner. Now it's in the shade Venus, and this is what I'm going to be using on my lips. Cooper, are you snoring? Coopy? My dog is actually snoring. I was having this really...
Motion detected at the front door.
There's no one there. I don't know what's wrong with my Alexa at the moment, but she is, she's telling me there's motion at the front door every freaking 20 minutes. When I do my top lip, instead of going, I initially start off doing the Cupid's bow, but then I actually go from the bottom and up. It actually gives more of a roundness. I'll show you. You see? And then I'm going in with one of my favourite shades in Sexpot. Picked this up at Virgin Gyms actually when I was a member many years ago. Not a lot left, but it's obviously been used. So, and this is a beautiful nude colour, and I do love this kind of nude colour. I'm not really into pinky nudes. I quite like the beigey, tanny nudes, which is exactly what this is. So. Right, so final thing is a little bit of highlighter. Can't forget the highlighter. Okay, and then I'm gonna take off this silly hairband and show you the final results. So highlighter, today we are gonna be using the highlighter by Sleek. This actually is one of my most favorite and most used ones. Obviously I've used the yellow one. So for the sake of today, I'm going to be using this slightly peachy one. So literally just on the top of the cheekbone, where it would naturally catch the light, and again on the other side here, and on the tip of the nose, and top of the Cupid's bow, and again just around here, just where your forehead would look like it's been plumped out, that side and that side, and down there. So there we have it, girlies. That is the finished look. I'm going to take this out, zhuzh my hair around a bit. Right, so there you have it. That is the final look. I'm super happy with that. I basically tried to show you all of my favourite products to date, and all of them being cruelty-free, and the brushes that I've used as well have been cruelty-free. So hopefully you've picked up some good tips and got a little bit of faith in some of the brands that I've been talking about today. I'll link absolutely everything in the box down below. But if you've loved this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. And also, gosh, my thumb looks really weird there. That looked really odd. Let's see if we can do it again. So if you love this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. It's literally a floating thumb. That is ridiculous. And if you could also press subscribe, which is down there. Click on that red box. Honestly, that helps me so much. But yes, until next week and another review, stay cool, stay calm. Don't worry about lockdown. Just get snuggled up. Watch all of my other videos because there's about 16 or 17 in the archive. Just stay safe. So big love and thanks for watching.